todos. Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Sol Alvarez, I am the GRT Yamaha World Superbike Junior Team Coordinator, and I am here live today because we'll be joined by a rider from the USA, Garrett Gerloff. And while we wait until he sent me the request to join me on this live chat, I want to ask you all to send me some questions for Garrett, and I will be asking him to answer some of them live today in this video chat. I want to say hello to everyone. And where he is, I saw that coming. Ah, yeah, here. Hola, hola, hola a todos. Hola.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hi, Garrett. How are you doing?
Doing all right. It's been a while, huh?
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, what you got for me? What's today?
Oh, well, first of all, I want to ask you something really important. And I think everyone want to know about this, and it's, what have you done with your hair?
Okay, look, I think a lot of you guys know that around the U.S. and probably around the world too, there's a lot of things that are closed, and one of the things that's been closed here at least has been the barber shops. And so I have some friends, and they're kind of crazy, and they decided they wanted to cut my hair, and I'm crazier because I let them cut it. And so they decided they decided the best haircut for me was a mullet. And so at the moment I might have Kentucky waterfall. That's why I put the hat on, because I know that you're not the biggest fan, so I was trying to cover it up a little bit.
It's fine. I guess I will get used to it, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I might still run it if we go racing this year. I might have it at the first race. And
No way.
We'll see.
Okay, can you see me and hear me correctly?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no problems. Hope everybody else can too.
Yeah, maybe better.
Perfect. I
Okay.
wish I had a fancy arm too to hold my phone.
Yeah, sorry. First of all, let's get into this. I want to get a little bit more serious. I know your haircut is a really important matter, but this is your first year in the World Superbike paddock, and I know we've only had the chance to experience it once this year, but I want to ask you about your first impressions on the World Superbike and what are the main differences you found with the Moto America.
Yeah, for sure. No, it is crazy. We've only had one race, and for me, even less. I only had one race out of 39 so far. Everybody else has had 3 or more or less. But as far as like the difference between the series and everything, not a whole lot. That's what I was pretty shocked about. Is when I first came to Australia and we started the weekend, I was reminded a lot of just racing here in the States the last few years. Moto America's done an awesome job of setting up their championship along the same guidelines and rules that World Superbike uses. And that's really prepared me kind of mentally to go to World Superbike, just because things didn't feel too different once the weekend started. And so, that was really nice, so nothing really shocked me too much.
I had the chance to experience and leave the Moto America paddock last year in Laguna Seca, which was the first time we were racing there for us, for the team, as we were the rookies. But we didn't meet there. So the first time we both met was in Manicourt, if I remember. And I want to ask you about how you got this ride in the GRT, because I don't remember seeing you before that weekend in Manicourt last year. And I want to ask you, and please tell us how that happened, please. I think it's really interesting because coming all the way from the USA to Manicourt, which is in the middle of France, it was kind of impressive.
I mean, I don't know, honestly, how I ended up getting the ride. I think a lot of things just kind of came together at the right moment. And I had been doing better in the U.S. and had gotten some decent results, some wins and things like that. And my dream had always been to come and race in a world championship with an awesome team like GRT. And really my idea was go to Magny Core, and I had kind of been talking to Yamaha Europe a little bit, kind of sending feelers through Yamaha USA to see if they would be interested in having a USA rider. They said they might be, and so I just wanted to go over there and just say hi to people and show my face and let them know that I was serious about me wanting to come over there. And also I had a lot of help from Ben Spees and Josh Hayes, also, who's an American racer over here. And there was a lot of people behind the scenes that were helping talk about me and my name a little bit, because I wasn't, and I'm still not a household name. And so it was cool to have guys like that talk me up a little bit and say that some teams should be looking at me for the future. And man, I think it was just a combination of all those things, and then me going over there and it being just the right weekend, the right time, things lined up, and I was able to sign with you guys, and I couldn't be more happy. I mean, I was a little bit nervous because I had never seen you guys either, and so
everything happened so fast, right?
What's that?
Everything happened so fast.
Yeah, no, for sure. Everything happened so fast, like within 72 hours, and I had never met you guys. You had never met me, and but things seemed to click pretty fast. And also okay, don't get mad at me, but there's rumors here in the U.S. that Italian teams are not very good to work with. They're kind of a little bit stubborn, a little bit hard-headed. They like to do things a certain way.
We're not like that, guys. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, no, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I don't know where that rumor came from, because ever since I showed up, I've been welcomed, open arms, like I'm with my family back home, and I mean it's been amazing. It's been great. So I don't know where that started, but I'm here to disprove it right now.
That was something I wanted to ask you about. And it's your first time in the World Superbike, but also with an Italian team, which is a big step, because everyone in your team speaks Italian, most of them. At least we're like 2 or 3 people who fluently speak English, and they are all making a huge effort to communicate with you, and also with Les Pearson, your crew chief. So I want to know how you do deal with that. How do you think, why did it click so fast with this team, with you?
I don't really know why it clicked so fast. I mean, I feel like I have kind of an open personality, and all the guys on the team are the same way. And so even if, everybody speaks English perfect too. Like I haven't had any problems with communicating, except for maybe like 1 or 2 guys. But I've been trying to.
Lost him.
What's that?
No, because I lost connection with you.
Okay. No, I was just saying, it hasn't been really that difficult at all, because everybody speaks English really well. And I've been trying to learn just a little bit of Italian, and I haven't gotten very far. But a little, some of the Spanish kind of, they can understand that.
Maybe. No, you're very good at Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while, but
it's been a while for me with the English, so it's equal now.
Yeah.
El próximo live lo haremos en español.
Vale, la próxima vez, sí. Esta vez no.
Here I have some questions from the people who's watching us. By the way, hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Bolado is asking, do you think that maybe now that more American riders have more opportunities to access and have rides in World Superbike or MotoGP?
I've missed half of that question.
Okay. Do you think that maybe now more riders from America have the chance
I think so.
to have more opportunity to join the World Superbike or MotoGP championships?
I mean, I think so. I just think, the level that we have in Moto America is pretty high. I think people realize that too. And so as long as you get results, I think people will have more opportunities. I mean, you can see Joe Roberts at Qatar, the first race that Moto2 had. He did a really impressive job getting 4th place, but running in the top 4 and qualifying on pole position. I mean, that was really impressive. I was really inspired by that. And so I think people know that we have the talent and the speed. It's just just developing our skills and keep improving and things like that. That's what's gonna get us the farthest. But
you also did a great job in Australia on the first race.
I tried. I tried my best. I mean, I was. It was. I'm glad where I was mid race, like, or the first couple of laps, like how I was able to start and get past a bunch of guys. But I was just kind of missing some experience a little bit, and I just used too much tire too early, and then just went backwards like a rock. Yeah, exactly. And I was hoping to apply some of the things I learned on Sunday, but then that didn't happen. So
no, I know that was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So also, when things don't go as planned, where do you get your motivation from? When things go wrong, when nothing's working, how do you motivate yourself?
That is the motivation for me. It's like because I know in my head, I don't know if it's true or not, but in my head, I know what I'm capable of, and I know where I feel like I should be, and I believe in myself. And so when I'm not getting results and when things are tough, it motivates me even more to keep pushing harder and harder to get to where I feel like I should be. And so, if things were easy, I feel like I wouldn't have any motivation because it would just be too simple, and then there would be no challenge in it, and then it wouldn't be as meaningful to reach the end goal. And so, for me, I think having a little bit of challenge and it being difficult makes it way more fulfilling in the end to get the goal that you're reaching for. I mean, I've had a decent amount of tough times in my career. And it's done is made me stronger as a person, as an individual, and I just try to use that to keep taking me farther in my career, because I know where I want to be, and so if I can reach that goal, I'll be pretty surprised and happy with myself. And if I don't reach it, I have no regrets, and I can say that at least I tried.
You tried the best. Yeah.
So
I know you maybe have answered these questions many times before, but I want to know your best and your worst experience on racing since you started.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting question. Okay, I would say that my worst experience ever was. I gotta think about it.
Please don't tell me you have so many you can't think of one.
Well, I've been racing for a while, so I'll have to say the worst experience I had was when I broke my femur at Daytona Raceway in 2012, and it was bad for like a couple reasons. It wasn't just because it was horribly painful, which it was, but it was just because that was the first professional race that I was going to do. I had just turned 16. I had just turned professional. Wow. And I had just signed with one of the best teams in the pits, in the paddock. And so to go into it being so young and putting so much pressure on myself to perform, and then in the first practice of the weekend to go out and break my leg, and just to feel like that opportunity just got ripped away from me, that was really difficult. And I think honestly that was more difficult than getting over the broken leg thing. And also that was the first bone I had ever broken at Daytona. So I had that mental game that I was playing, like I had never broken a bone. So I was like, I mean, am I going to recover from this? Like, I don't know. I had a bunch of things going through my mind, but how
many bones have you broken? Oh.
Just two. Yeah. I mean, knock on wood. But, my femur and this pinky right here. That's the most I can straighten it out. So, but yeah, just those two, and I mean that's pretty good, honestly. I think for a racer. So I'm gonna try to keep that how it is and not add any more.
Yeah, please. So that was the worst. Now tell me about the best, please. Something positive.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, good. Yeah, we'll end on something positive. I think one of the most, I guess two really. When I won my first championship in 2016, professional championship, that was when I was really like, all right, the things I've been telling myself in my head, the things that I've been believing that I can do, maybe I'm not lying to myself. Maybe this is actually true. Maybe like maybe this is something. This is who I am. This is real. I can win. I can do this. And that was like a really that was a really big thing for me mentally, and that was something that's kind of carried through until now. Just that having the belief in yourself, even though it might not look like you're heading the right way now. If you believe in yourself, maybe one day you'll end up where you want to be. So that's something I really gained from that experience. And then last year when I won at Laguna Seca, that was a pretty big moment for me. You guys were there. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Here.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it.
For a reason, you know.
Yeah.
It was our first time racing Laguna, and the first year of the team in World Superbike, so everything. You never know. Oh, yeah, I lost you again. I don't know if it's me with the connection or it's you. Now it's working again. Sorry.
Okay.
It's fine. We're back.
All right, perfect. No, I would say, just the timing was kind of weird. The timing lined up perfectly, but there was a big moment for me because I had a really difficult 2018 in my view, from my point of view, and so I was just like, I had been struggling, not getting results that I wanted, but I kept trying to push as hard as I can and push through it. There was a couple other things in my personal life that were going on that were really wearing at me, and then 2019 started, and I had just had bad luck after bad luck, and then just kind of feeling like nothing was ever I was never gonna be able to reach that next step, and then to finally change a bunch of things and change some things mentally and how I was thinking, and then make some other changes in my life before heading to Laguna. Everything just clicked, and I was able to kind of go to that next level. And I was able to win that race, which was my first race win in Superbike, and that just really cemented in my head. Same kind of thing that happens when I won my championship back, in 2016. Just cemented that, all right, I haven't been lying to myself. I know I can do this. Don't ever doubt yourself, because if you believe something long enough, it might actually happen. It might actually come true. And then what's that?
You believe in it. The more you say the more you believe it, because if you don't believe it yourself, it is not going to happen. You have to be mentally strong to overcome the bad moments and get back to the strong person you were when you were winning, were having good results. So it's not always easy, and that shows us how mentally strong you have been over these years and how much you've grown.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been trying to work on it. I mean, it's something that's the biggest thing. And I didn't realize this for a long time, but results come from between the ears more than anything else. Physical strength, being fit, those are all important also. But the biggest results, the biggest moments in my career where I've had the most success has been because of changing the way I think. Yeah, more than being more fit and things like that. So. Interesting.
And now you said being fit. What have you been doing during this lockdown? I mean, at least in Europe, at least in Spain, we have not been able to go out at all, not even for going out running or stuff like that for 2 months. I don't know how is the situation in your place, but I want to know what have you been doing, if you've been doing a special diet or if you've been doing some special training.
Yeah, for sure. Diet thing, I've been doing kind of the normal thing I always do. I try to eat not a whole lot of carbohydrates, not a whole lot of bread, things like that, a little bit more fats. And so I've been pretty consistent with that throughout this whole thing. But no, here in Texas at least, I know it's different in other parts of the U.S., but in Texas we haven't had a strict lockdown where you have to stay inside. I mean, people have been discouraged to go outside and things like that, but the case numbers that we've had in Houston where I live haven't been very high, and so people have been kind of doing more or less the normal life. The parks have been open, and I've been able to ride motocross and go to go-kart tracks and just try to observe the 6 feet distance between social distancing, and try to cover faces up and everything. And So I think as long as everybody takes the precautions, at least here in Houston, I can't speak for everywhere else, but life has been pretty normal. But people have been observing the covering the face and things like that, and the case numbers haven't grown. So maybe that's something that we can implement, around. I know some other countries are doing it that way. I think Sweden or something like that, and their cases have been pretty steady. So if everybody's just responsible, that might be a good way to move forward. But like I said, here things haven't been too drastically different. So I've been riding, like I said. I've been riding my giant bicycles, just by myself. Just it's kind of been nice. There's not a whole lot of cars on the road, and so it's a little bit better for cyclists. And trying to run, just kind of normal things like that. But honestly, one of the things that I have been trying to do more now is learn new skills. Like I've been trying to, if I just have free time on my hands, I can only train for so long every day before I can't train for 12 hours a day. So I've been trying to learn new skills. I actually helped a friend of mine redo his floors. We put tile in his house. Redid the showers, and so that was something that I learned how to do, and I'm happy I learned how to do it. Maybe I can do it here at my place one day. I've been kind of helping out a friend that has an auto shop. He has a mechanic shop, and been helping out with that. We replaced like a transmission on like an old Mercedes, like working on AC units. I mean, I don't know. So I've been trying to balance the physical part of training, and also, I feel like if you're always stimulating your brain and trying to open it up and learn something new, maybe you'll make some more connections in your brain that'll help you learn faster in other areas of life also. So for me, like, I'm trying to learn as much as I can racing World Superbike and as quickly as I can, so I don't have a very long learning phase. And so if I can figure out how to make that happen faster, I'm gonna try to do that.
We'll be back soon, hopefully. I want to tell you, I have some questions here that I asked our followers the other day, and one of the questions is, are you Dharma from San Pedro? It's Alex Santa Creu who asked that.
Alex! What did you say? What was the question?
Are you Jaume from San Pedro?
Jaume, yeah, I'm Jaume, man. That's my Spanish name. They gave it to me.
I believe Alex is your personal trainer, your coach here in Spain.
Yes. Yeah. Physical coach, riding coach, stuff like that. Yeah. No, he's an awesome guy, but he initiated me into the Spanish culture, and my middle name is James. Yeah, my middle name is James, and so in Catalonia they have Jaume as a pretty popular name, and so he just gave me the Jaume name. And every time I go over there, I'm Jaume, and I feel like I was born there, raised there, and I just feel welcomed. I like it.
How did you guys meet?
I met through a friend of mine. I had a mechanic here in the U.S. His name was Keaton, and he actually went and started working in Moto3 and overseas. He actually works with John McPhee on the Petronas team. And so he knew Stiggy with the Petronas team, and Aleix also works with that team. And so I actually met Aleix through Keaton, saying like, hey, this guy lives in Spain. He's a really good trainer. He does a really good job with John, and you should talk to him. I started talking to him, and then we've been working together for a few months now, until I had to come back to the States when everything happened. But
when you were here in Spain, you were training with him and some other MotoGP and Moto3 and Moto2 and Superbike riders.
Yeah,
that's really positive, right? To
really positive.
Get together because you all practice the same sport, and you also get to know each other better and know the experience, the different experience of all the riders. I want to ask you some other questions I've got here. I don't know, there are a couple of weird questions, like,
I can imagine.
Are rumors true that you have planted apple trees from Texas?
My buddy told me he put that one in. I don't know. That's a really random, stupid question. I mean, I do like apples, but no, I have not been planting trees around the Houston area.
You like
Maybe
apples.
I should jump on that.
Perfect apples.
What's that?
You like apples, but they have to be perfect apples.
Yeah, you know about that. Yeah, all right. Should we tell them about that? I can only eat fruit if it's in perfect condition. For some reason, I just have a mental issue, block. I don't know what it is, but it has to be perfect. And Sol, you've been doing an awesome job. Those apples and bananas I see at the track,
I take my job very seriously.
like they're out of a magazine.
Okay, some more questions here. What were some of the biggest lessons you've learned from a crash?
From a crash, any crash.
Yeah, any crash. The biggest lessons you've learned.
All right. Well, I was 12 years old. I was racing in Alabama at this track called Barber Motorsports Park, and I was on a 125. And I hadn't really crashed too many times, but it had started to kind of sprinkle a little bit, rain just a tiny bit, and I was still on slick tires. But I just never really thought that the track would lose grip with a little bit of rain. And so I was riding normal, just like I always do. And I had one of the biggest high sides of my life. And I high side big, and I'm just laying on the track, like trying to breathe because I had the breath knocked out of me. And so I'm like gasping for air, and this guy, one of the corner workies, he comes running over to me. He's like, dude, are you okay? That was the biggest crash I've ever seen in my life. And I'm 12 years old, laying on the ground, like, help me. And I learned that if it starts to sprinkle, you might want to have, you might want to be a little more cautious with how you're riding. And so I've kept that lesson for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
To learn.
I mean, but you learn the quickest when something goes wrong. Then you're like, okay, then it sticks, and you're like, I won't do that again.
Oh, well, I hope that doesn't need to happen again, so you learn something. So
yeah. No, it's smooth sailing from here.
Okay, more questions here. How do you see yourself in 5 years?
I have no idea. I mean, I do have an idea of where I'd like to be. At 5 years, I would love to be in MotoGP racing in that championship. That's kind of my goal. How I get there, I'm still trying to figure that out. But that's my end goal. That's where I'd like to be. So, I mean, part of that's just doing the best I can now and keep trying to move it up. If you guys, I mean, who knows? Maybe GRT in 5 years, they have a MotoGP team. And then we just ride the wave together straight to the top. That would be, something we should talk to Filippo about.
Filippo, I know you're watching.
No, I mean, but that's as far as career goes, that's where I'd like to be. More like personal side of it. Honestly, I don't know. It's kind of year by year, month by month for me. So
anything can happen in 5 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, it's scary to think about.
No. Let's not talk about the future. Let's talk about the present.
Sure.
And I know the team, as we were saying before, last year it was our first time in the World paddock, so we were the rookies. This year we have the experience from last year. We will still learning, and we still have a lot to learn. But of course, we're hungry for more. And this year with two rookies, which are you and your teammate Federico Caricasulo, both young riders, very hungry. Like team, I want to know, how do you get along with Federico? Now that I know his English is not perfect, and your Italian is even less perfect than his English, but I know you get along pretty well. I want to ask you about your feelings with racing with another rookie in the team.
Yeah, no, so far so good. We went to London a while back because we had a fitness test to do, and honestly, we had a lot of fun together. We kept like just poking at each other, like trying to joke with each other and stuff. I'll never forget. I was trying to be nice because I hadn't hung out with Federico very much, and so I was trying to be a nice guy. And we had both flown into the London airport, whichever one it was, and we're outside waiting for the bus, and we were both kind of hungry. And I was like, "Hey, man, like." I'll go get like some hot dogs over here at this hot dog stand. Like, you want one? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I'll have to find the photo somewhere and post it up so that the visual's there. But on the hot dog stand above it, it said, "I love sausage." And so I didn't even pay paid 2 seconds, so I didn't even think about it. But I was getting them. Apparently, he took a photo of me with my hood up. It was all cold. My hood up, getting 2 hot dogs, and above it says "I love sausage." And then he thought it was the funniest thing ever, and he starts sending it around to people, saying like, "I don't know who my teammate is, but I'm starting to get nervous because we're staying in the same hotel." I don't know. Anyway, he's a funny guy.
You have to be very careful now.
Yeah, for sure. I have to be a lot more cautious. But
he has also taken some funny pictures of me this year, so I know. He's a funny guy.
I mean, karma might come around and bite him one day.
Vengeance! It's coming.
We'll see.
Alex is watching us. Hola, Alex. ¿Qué tal?
Estás atento. Does that mean I'm awake?
Estás atento. You have to be careful with what you're saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, look.
I don't think I said anything bad.
So, again, going back to Australia this year, your first official race with us, the team. It's a special round because the team has to sleep in houses. We don't have, there are no hotels, so we all rent a house and we stay together during the weekend in Australia. How was that, your first experience with in a house and living with us 24 hours a day during 10 days?
I thought it was great. I had a really fun time. We were all joking around at night and stuff after every day and coming back. Like I said, it just feels like that family part of it that I haven't really. I mean, I experienced it with a little bit with the team that I was with last year, but we never stayed in the same house and we didn't eat dinner every night. So no, it was a cool experience. And all the guys are really great guys, really funny. So it's like nice. It lightens up the atmosphere a little bit, the mood. It's not so serious all the time. Which is,
you get to know everyone a little bit more also in a different ambience, like outside the box. So
yeah, for sure. No, and like you get to hear everybody's background, where they came from, their story a little bit. It's nice. It's like a nice, team atmosphere. Really connected. Everybody's on the same page. And yeah, it was a good time. I still remember. I don't know if I should say this, but I remember my rental car. Do you remember what happened to my rental car? So, all right, look, the what do you call it? The house.
I didn't say anything, sir.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'll say it because I think it's funny. I mean, it's not really. It doesn't make me look good, but it's funny. So, I had the rental car in Australia. I'm not super used to driving on the other side of the road and on the other side of the car. And also the driveway to the house we were staying was really skinny, and there was a dip on both sides, like a valley on both sides. And so me, you, and other people, we were going to the zoo or something like that. I just didn't realize that I had turned a little bit when I backed up the driveway, and I can't see over the hood to see where I'm going, and I'm on the wrong side of the car anyway. So I decided to drive off the side of the driveway and pop a tire and destroy the front end of my rental car. But luckily I bought the insurance. Luckily the whole team was in the car. So we swapped the tire. We switched the tire like that in 2 seconds, and we were back on the road.
This is the perks of working with mechanics, right? That you can always fix the car if you break it.
Yeah.
Nothing happened to any of us. It was really slow, but it was so funny. So fun. I was just shaking my head like, all right, well, this is how the weekend's gonna go, I guess. Yeah. That's our first impression of Garrett's driving skills.
As a driver, yeah. But I mean, you guys kept riding with me in the car, so I guess it didn't make it too bad of an impression.
No, I like adventures, so it's fine. No worries.
All right.
Well, I think it was a nice chat with you, Garrett, today. I hope we can do this any other time. I hope not, because that will mean that we all still in lockdown, but maybe we can do it any other time.
For sure. We should start doing this at the track. We'll have we'll set up the table, we'll have 2 chairs, we'll have somebody filming, we'll have like a little before race one, after race one.
Maybe after.
Like, yeah, after there we go, like one of those. But yeah, no, it sounds good. I wish I had both hands so I could applaud you because you did an awesome job.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I was so nervous when I started. Sorry, bear with me with my English. I haven't been practicing for a very long time now. It's always Italian, you know. I think I'm not even getting better at Italian. I'm just getting worse at English. So I don't know.
I know how you feel because I've been here for 3 months, and I mean, my Spanish is taking a dive.
We will have time to practice. No worries.
Sounds good.
So, thank you again for joining me today. Thank you all for watching, and let's hope to get back on track soon. And I hope everyone's staying safe at home. And until we see everyone back in the paddock next time, I hope you keep safe and stay at home, please.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. All right. Well, talk to you later. See all you guys. Peace.
See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.